resume. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Duke Blue Devils. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Blue Devils will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the first possession of the game. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Let's take a minute and think about Tulane. You start the season top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
Fires to the right. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. So Duke's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. The give to the back, finding open areas. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Reed. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. We talk about pocket presence. There's also pocket punishment that's part of it, and he was able to withstand it and deliver the football.
It comes with the job description, Reese. You know as a quarterback that this is going to happen eventually. You are going to get hit. So why not then deliver touchdowns deep down the field? Doesn't get any better than that.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. There he goes! They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches.
Lots of running room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. He's up to 57 yards rushing in this game. What a way to start the new season. The Green Wave hoping that huge run puts momentum on their side. On target. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The give to the tailback. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
They're setting up the screen. At the 40, there he goes. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Blue Devils are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Bringing the heat. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Got his man. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
Well, they execute the in route, and how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Black 14! Black 14! We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
I tell you what, as that ball starts to get towards the sideline when they're running these option plays, man, those outside players become more pivotal. My corners have to be able to tackle. My secondary is going to be much more involved in getting the quarterback to the ground. Nice job by the secondary, by this defense.
Touchdown, Duke! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's money time. It's third and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Oregon is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at foie gras on the menu tonight in Eugene.
Turning it on! Makes it past the marker. He's piled up 76 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wide receiver comes in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Off the play fake. Moves around to clear up the vision. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Price. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Tulane lines up on third and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Makes the grab past the marker. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Tulane. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Unloads to the wideout. Give him 6. Touchdown, Green Wave. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Going right to work up top. Got him downfield. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
We're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first down.
Fires to the big fella. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss.
He lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 25. A big play as he takes it all the way down to the 17-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Caught in the backfield. It's Taylor. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the ground with the back. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Price. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back has it. Got a little space. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
To the air on first down. Buying some time. Gets rid of it. Finds his man. It's Price. And they swarm him under.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight they wanted to force-feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the run.
Breaks into the open. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time on target. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And now a chance to pull even as we get Beck's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tulane.
Man, it's frustrating as a defense because you got to stop the run. There's a good chance they're running the football here in this situation, trying to punch it in the end zone. You're trying to go to the half with a little bit of momentum. This defense just couldn't make the play to get off the field.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Fires a ball, now it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Got a man, it's Preston. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Tulane.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking downfield on first down. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the third quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Defense grabs some football, and there he goes.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tulane to the line, facing second and short. Wants to go up top. Looking left. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
They'll try to run for it. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. To the ground. He's got it again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. He caught it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Gain of 1. First and goal, Tulane.
Tulane with an opportunity on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Green Wave! They take the lead with the 6.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Now, and a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, Perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Unleashes to the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Here's the pressure. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Got his man. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
You know, it's too bad that wasn't a bomb down the field, because if it was, that would have been a highlight that everybody would have seen. Because that goes for very minimal yardage, no one will see it unless you were here live watching.
There he goes. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Pulls it in. It's Harmon. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short. The play-action fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
On 3rd 30 short, the run, and looking for the first down. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Reed. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch?
Tulane with an opportunity on first and goal. He's looking to throw. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. They'll run play action. Trying to pull his way in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. Third and goal from the 2. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Greenway. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Offense gets the done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
35-21.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
We've reached a break, and it's Tulane on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Handoff from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He wants it all. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tulane.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game one, they've done a phenomenal job.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
42-21.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pulls it in, it's Moore. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Turning it on! They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Quickly out to the tight end.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Makes the catch. It's Reed. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Unloads quickly. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The Blue Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Trying play action. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. The Blue Devils come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Using his feet to buy time. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Looking to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. They'll go to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Reed. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pit. Touchdown, Duke! Fit it in the window for the score. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Oregon is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Justin Herbert had a... getting this kid to Eugene, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Boise State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He breaks a tackle. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The give and tick, 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 tick. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Complete to the left. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10.
29
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll go right back to the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Here's a heat. Right through his hands. He had a a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And this field goal attempt might just seal the deal by making it a 3-score game late. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Flying out to the left. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.